Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. My name is Dylan. I'll be your host tonight. And tonight is going to be an episode kind of all over the place, like usual. I'm really happy tonight because I'm done with the giveaway. I know I've learned a lot. I've learned don't build anything for a giveaway again because it's really stressful. I'm like, oh, do I send this out? This is messed up a little, or this, and I just got stressed out over the whole thing. And now that it's done, I'm super stoked it's done. Next time I'm giving away baseball cards because I'm learning that I actually really enjoy giving away baseball cards to fellow collectors and just people who love it. It means a lot to me when someone gets the cards and sends me a text message or posts a video. And it's just awesome to see, and honestly, it's almost as fun as buying them and having them for yourself. I mean, sometimes it's better. It really feels really good. I've never done that before, so that's all new to me. So originally when I did the giveaway, I was like, I didn't want to give away cards because I was like, dude, this is my collection. I worked on my whole life. But now I get it, and I understand that it feels really good. People really appreciate the stuff because you know, I think when I pick up a card, I'm like, God, this is the sickest card in the world. And I'm like, is the guy going to appreciate it like that? But you guys all do. Like, everyone will think that's the sickest card in the world. That's what's so awesome about baseball cards. And the fact that we have so much passion for that and love for these things. And there's other people out there like this. So I'm glad that's off. I'm done with that. Next time I give away cards, way easier. Way less stressful. I did huge shipments this week. I sent out so many care packages, and did a live stream. A lot of you guys came in on that. It was really cool. Tonight I've got some pickups. I've got some really cool. I got 3 pickups on a budget, and it's of a player that I have been lacking in, and I actually only owned a couple in raw form. Nothing wrong with raw form. As you can see, this is basically a raw video. You know, of all my, not all my raw cards, but a lot of my raw cards and my collections. So I want to show the three pickups that I got. And then I also, during this contest, going through and like finding cards that other collectors can enjoy. You know, someone who loves, you know, like Ray from Philly, going through and trying to find some cards of the Phillies. And, you know, Scott, Reindeer Studios, he won something, and trying to find some Indians cards and go on down the line. And it was really fun for me to go back through my collection and pull things and check them out. So what I did was I pulled out little handful of cards here that I'm going to show up close. Just cards that I thought were awesome cards. Just like, dude, these cards are sick. And it's like, I just love them. You know, they're just, some of them mean something to me. Others just really cool. Most of them are just really cool images. Just cool things that popped out at me. I've got a million things going on. I had some cool things happen in the last week. I had my local LCS, or the last, probably like 3 weeks ago this happened. I had my local card shop owner, he came by because I also raise koi fish and cichlids, which I don't know if any of you guys know what those are, tropical fish. So I breed them as well. And so he came and got a whole bunch for, I think it was his father-in-law, and he came in and visited the card room, and we were in there for a couple hours. I took pictures with him in the card room. It was awesome to talk to a fellow collector in the flesh in my card room. He's the first true collector that has ever been in my card room, and that was spectacular. It was really cool. But you know what? About a week after that, I had my buddy Ernest. I'll shoot a clear picture up. He actually sent me all these photos. He took photos in here. We were in the card room for 4 hours. I purchased a bunch of cards from Ernest, and he's the one I got this 63 Koufax from. And I put some of his cards out I purchased from him while he was in my card room. I bought this Mickey Mantle, these Clementes, Anyways, we hung out in this card room for 4, maybe even 5 hours, and it was so much fun to have someone in here. And it was just enjoyable. We looked at the wall and pulled out my books and my binders, and he was just blown away. He called me the king of cardboard. It was so cool. And he sent me a letter a week later with a stack of pictures. You know, he's an old guy. He's like in his 70s, late 70s. He was born in 1946. God, is that right? 1946, I believe. Yeah. So it was just so cool to have him in my card room, and like a guy that I have originally fought over cards for at my local card show, and then turned into he's selling his collection. He's getting to that age. He just flipped the switch, and so I've been buying all his cards. And that day he ended up bringing cards over. In the last hour, I bought a whole bunch of cards from him. Basically, everything that I want to get from him, I got, minus he's got a bunch of Clemente rookies, but I don't have the money to buy those Clemente rookies, but I'm going to help sell his collection too. So that's super exciting. That's really cool. I feel like I can give back to him. A lot of stuff he had that was really nice, but I didn't want, and he has a lot of graded stuff, and I don't want to buy graded cards from him because, you know, he's asking what I could get on eBay, and I can pick out a better centered card. And so I told him I'll help him sell those things, or send them to, you know, certain vaults or the eBay vault and have them sell them, and just whatever. I'm going to help him out getting rid of his collection. So that's really exciting. Super cool about that. What else I got to show? I got my Junior Gilliam. I just was going through all my collection, and I pulled out some of my Jim Gilliam's cards. I always tell you guys I collect his cards. I have a bunch graded as well, but I have a bunch of raw ones here too. I'll probably show those off to you guys. Just awesome. I don't know why I love that guy. I just, maybe because he's a second baseman. I was like a second baseman shortstop because I'm smaller, and he was a 4-time All-Star. He was an incredible player, and he took over the spot of Jackie Robinson. So I don't know. I just always I always loved collecting his cards, and I've bought them over the last years and years, and sure enough, I think once you start getting a bunch of them, you're like, wow, I got to get all of them. So I don't even think I have all of them. I haven't even checked. I have no idea. I might, but yeah, that's super cool. What else? I got, let me grab this note thing right here. I've got my notes right here. I'm trying to be professional these days. All right, I want to do a shout out. So the shout out, I love doing shout outs because I've gotten shout out and it just means so much to me. This channel does not need my shout out by any means. They have way more followers than me, but it's a channel that a lot of you guys who follow me might be interested in it. It's called COG Sports Cards. COG Sports Cards. And I'll put a link to it in my description, so if you want to go click on it. Now I want to let me see, get my notes here. They're the two guys that run the YouTube channel. One's name is Snake and the other is Rusty. I believe they're brothers, but I don't know for sure. But what I love about their channel is they're really genuine guys. They love vintage cards. Baseball, basketball, football, but they really love baseball, which that's what I love. And what they do is they open packs. And I've never understood the whole buy into these breakout cards. To me, paying money to watch somebody open your packs of cards is just are you crazy? I want to open that. I want a pack in front of me. That whole thing doesn't do it for me. I don't understand it. I want to open my own cards. If I knew that existed, I would have been opening cards for people a decade ago. I'd try to be the biggest one on there. I would have been so stoked to do that. But these guys, they buy packs that are repacked, so vintage repacked cards. So I always saw these on eBay over the last 10 years, repackaged cards, like the Hunt And there's this one company who sets up things called sportscards.com. Crazy how they got that name. Pretty cool. They repackage, so they'll set break. So they'll break an entire set of, say, 1958 tops, and they will, the whole set, and then they'll box it up. They'll put them in card savers like this, and each box, there'll be like 80 boxes, say, and each box will have, say, 7 cards in it. And every single card is going to be in those boxes. So there's no, like, shenanigans. It's legit. I didn't know, so watching these guys see it, now I know it's legit. I mean, I'll never buy... I haven't bought a modern pack of cards in like 3 months probably. I'm not a big guy on buying packs these days anyways, but I still like to go to Walmart and buy one. But now, no way. I'm going to spend $60, $75 and buy a repackaged 72 tops where you get 12 cards, and it's just awesome. So those guys make it really fun. They're not opening these for everybody else. They're opening them for themselves, for their collection. It's fun to watch, and then you can interact. If you're into that stuff, or if you wanted to watch guys open like packs from 1955, this is the way to do it. It's really fun, and they do these live things on Sunday. I've really enjoyed myself watching these things. Had an absolute blast. And you can like send them money, so they figured out a way where you could like send them $2, and then they do a like giveaway at the end of the show too, not of the cards they pulled. So there's no like weirdness or anything, just cards that they had pulled previously and graded, and you get to choose. It's really fun. I was like, I'm hooked. I absolutely love it. I look forward to Sundays. Obviously I can't make them all. My timing compared to everybody else's, because I live in Hawaii, is way off from everybody else. So it's like everyone's going to bed and I'm waking up, vice versa. So yeah, check them out. COG Sports Cards, really awesome guys. If you want to have fun watching them, I highly recommend it if you're into something like that. Next thing, oh yeah, I did a new wall. So my wall display, which is funny, I spent like probably 3 hours one day, took the whole wall down, brought all my books out, redid the entire wall. So I did a time lapse of me like going through my cards, and I'll play that. And then also I did a video of what's on the wall. Actually, what I learned during this whole process is that I don't like organization on my walls. I love it in my books, as you can tell. I love to be organized 100%. If I know where every card is, I can find it, bam, really fast, go through my safes, and bam, bam, there it is, get in my book. But my wall, you'll see I organized it, and I put it in, like, I got 1958s up there, yellows and reds and 54s, and then I did, like, I brought out leaders cards, and I put, like, the 3 leaders of that year next to it. And you know what? I look at the wall, and I don't enjoy it as much as I did when I just randomly, blindly put them up on the wall. So it's not going to last long. I mean, it's weird to say. I got all the guys up there, but I don't have every set up there, and I'm going to rip the whole thing down. I'm going to do the blind thing again, because I love, like, it's like going into a card shop, and then every time I look at the wall, it's something new. So that's something I'm going to show off. I'll show the video. It's short. You guys will probably love that. And if you want to, I guess you can't fast forward now. You're already into it. So at this time, let me see what else I got. Oh yeah, I kind of want to talk about my storage. I know a lot of you guys are into how I keep my cards and my storage, and so I kind of want to talk about that just for a minute, briefly. A lot of you guys have asked about my boxes I use to keep my books in. These are on Uline. So I used to label them, but now I just hand write and sticky, because I change them because they grow and they expand and they switch. So these are on Uline. They're 12 by 12 by 3. And they're just awesome. So I put them in here, keeps them dust free. And then how I do it, I store my stuff. I don't store them flat. I store them like this. So the what do you call that? The binder part is up top, and the cards are just hanging in air. So they're not getting pushed together, not getting... I'm just anal about it, right? It's probably crazy. I don't put them this way. I just want them hanging, so there's no pressure on any of the cards. Not getting bent or squished, or... I'm just crazy like that. And then also, a lot of you guys probably live in tropical climates, Florida, stuff like that. This thing right here is a mandatory. Let me get in here. Get behind here. This thing right here, it's called Eva Dry. And when these, I put these in my safe. I put packets in my walls that I reuse. I have this stuff everywhere. I have numerous of these. These are really cool. When these turn black, that means the moisture is filled up, and then you just plug it in the wall overnight. Boom. And you're good to go. So these things are invaluable. In my safes, I have the big, stand-up safe. So you put them in there, or your small safes if it fits. You put them in there, and it sucks the moisture out, keeps everything dry. And where I live, that's super important. I mean, this is, these cardboard is money. Cardboard is money. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that really fast with you guys. So now what I'm going to do is I will grab some of these cards and get to the grand finale. I know you guys really want to see some of these up close and personal. And I got a couple other little mini shout outs here to share with you guys. So let me pause it for a second and I'll switch the camera. Okay, be right back. Yo, what's up, guys? Okay, welcome back. Okay, I'm going to show you guys first. I'm going to give you a quick little mini shout outs. I wanted to get involved in this because my buddy Doug, I believe Doug started this whole trend with the red cards, and I picked my Elston Howard to pull out. I love this card. It's beautiful. Love the background. And then also my buddy Shane from Shoebox Legends. Really awesome. Both those guys, I text those guys all the time when we pick stuff up, and just it's been really fun. Super stoked to get to know those guys. Yeah, so boom, eat your heart out, guys. Another red one to go with your collection. Oh yeah, and Shane, you eat your heart out on this guy, 81. Shane just showed off some really cool 81 Topps cards, and I thought this Raleigh Fingers was awesome. I found some World Series cards that were really cool, and he was stoked on one too. I sent him a picture, but I didn't show him this one, I don't think. Yeah, he showed this one off. He got that in a 9. I got an 8 here, graded by Double D. Oh, there we go. And the Drew, he posted a video of a care package that I gave him. And yeah, I wanted to show him. See, I got some Carl Erskine cards as well. He's a super fan. He's got the sickest stories about him, and he also has the sickest display. It's like family heirloom. It's really awesome. So go check out the Drew. He's got some awesome stories in his collection, and I wanted to give him a shout out and show you guys this epic baseball card as well. So thank you, the Drew. Really appreciate that that you showed those cards off. I got sent your kids. Not necessary, of course. I don't do that for that, but that was really cool. Okay, so next up, we've got just these really awesome cards that I found in my collection that I just think are just so cool to look at. This George Foster, all of George, I might have shown this card before because of his sideburns. All of George Foster's cards are just awesome. I love all of his cards, but this card just popped out at me. This is a 7 graded. I love that. Just a really cool card. 1979. Next card is the Batting Leaders. 1976 OPG. I love these Batting Leaders cards. I have a bunch of these things. You guys all know I'm a super fan of any card you can get with multiple Hall of Famers or multiple great players, or in batting leaders, you don't even need Hall of Famers to enjoy it because it tells the history of it. And you look on the back, I mean, look at this. Rod Carew, Fred Lynn, Thurman Munson. I mean, how is this card not worth 3 times the price of a card that has one player on it? A lot of you guys are shaking your head, but I have always believed that. Like, are you joking? This card's like $1. It's so cool. I mean, it's just awesome. I think this card is like, cost me like probably 50 cents. Just an awesome card, right? I don't know how long ago I got this, but look at the history on the back. Batting leaders. It's just so cool. It's so cool. I love these things. I'll never get enough of the leaders cards. So yeah, that one's just awesome. Next card. Man, this is going to take all night. You guys are going to be here all night with me. Oscar Gamble. Every Oscar Gamble card is so cool. And this one really popped out at me when I was going through my set. Just a really, really cool card. I mean, his hair is just awesome. Look at that, so cool. Oh, come on, focus back up. That's an awesome card. Great card. A 5, it gets graded. Woo! I'm a tough grader, I tell you. Oh, and this card, so cool. Lou Brock. You know, he was the all-time Steeler before Ricky Henderson came along. Look at that card. He's like taunting the pitcher, looking at home. I think he's looking at home like ready to steal. I mean, he's ready to go. Just playing some games. I really love the look of this card. Just thought it was an awesome, awesome card. I gave it a 6 MC. So MC on back. Awesome card. Really cool card. Another card, you know, you could probably scoop this up for a couple bucks. I think this was probably $1. Just so cool. Graded, you know, 8, you're probably going to pay 25 bucks, but in a 6MC graded by Double D, you know, that cost me $1. Next card right here, Jim Fragosi. I'm a California Angels. I grew up with the California Angels, and this card really popped out to me as an Angels fan. He was actually a very, very good player. Not that I know anything about him except for a couple stats I saw on the back of this card. So I thought that was pretty cool. I go, wow, he's a good player. Great player. But really what I love about it is just the card. I just love it. It's a really pretty card. And how many cards have you seen that they show the bunt? Like, it's a setup shot, and they show the bunt. And look, it's nicely centered. I gave this a 4. Gets a 4 grade. Great card. Oh, and this card, how cool is this? This one I had on my desk for a month. I'm like, I got to show this card. Rico Carty. I'm not sure how to say his name exactly, but look at that card. How cool. I mean, his eyes, I just love this card. Something about it. I'm not the only one who loves this card. I just know it. And you know what? I have a couple of his cards, and his eyes just kind of pop out like that on all of his cards, but this one was the most aggressive. So, really awesome. Really awesome. Pretty good player right there. 305 average, up to 77. Great player. Don't know much about him, but I really love the card. Indians. Oh, this is cool. Curt Flood. So I had recently watched the documentary. I don't know what it was, but it was about the Curt Flood, Bob Gibson, and I think it was Bill White, and what they went through, and basically, you know, all the pros of today they owe these guys some gratitude. They're making the big bucks because of these guys and what these guys went through. And I picked out the 66 because this was the year that he had 0 errors committed. Isn't that insane? Not one single error denoted the entire season. 1966. Curt Flood, what a great player. Smaller guy too. I had a few more of his cards out. Oh, I got one right here. I got a 65 I pulled out as well. Really nice looking card. How's that building in the background too? That's just like, dude, what is that thing? The White House back there. Curt Flood, awesome. It's too bad he got into drugs, or not drugs, booze, alcohol, but then he kind of cleaned himself up. So, I don't want to go into it. I don't know the whole history. I watched one documentary, so I am no expert on Kurt Flood, but I put that in the notation because I picked this up not long before that. So really cool. This Pete Rose card, pulled this out because as a kid growing up, I had seen this in my coach's collection, and I don't know what it is. I think he's, it looks like, I don't know if it's a game going on or not, but if I was making that pose, it'd be like a foul ball I'm hoping is going to go in the fans, out of territory. If I'm playing baseball or softball, like, get out. With softball, you get an out for that. So in baseball, in Little League, I'd be like, I'm watching it just going, please go foul, please go foul. So that's what I think he's doing, but I've always had a fascination with this card. I have quite a few of this card. Absolutely love this card. And it's Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle, he's my type of ball player. Whatever he did off, out of baseball, it's not irrelevant. It matters. Everything matters in life as a human. But as a person who loves baseball cards, Pete Rose, is, dude. He was what I inspired to be when I was a kid, like how to play baseball. Hard. Go for it. This card right here, it'll hit the bug of you guys who like the modern stuff. This card right here, I pulled in a pack, driving home from Frankenson's Collectibles with a friend. We had anyone who drove, the other person had to buy a box and open it. And I bought this box because he did not buy the box. He was going to buy it as a last second purchase. I kid you not. And I go, well, are you going to get it? And he's like, nah. And I go, okay, I'll take it. And I think it was like, I want to say it was like $108 at the time. It was a pretty big purchase for that. We were spending a lot of money there, but that was pretty cool. So I pulled this card in the car on the way home from Frankenson's, and I ripped the thing open. And I pulled an Evan Longoria 2008 Dick Perez. It's his rookie card, by the way. Dick Perez actual drawing of the original card. It's on the poster that comes with the box. And I have the poster in a box upstairs, laminated. My wife got it laminated. And the card that I pulled from this card is on there. I sold that card for, I think it was $2,200. $2,200 or was $1,800, one or the other. I listed it right away. Of course I'm going to sell it. It was like, didn't mean anything to me except for this was like what meant something to me. And yeah, $2,000. That was the sickest pull I've ever pulled in a card pack in my entire life. And that's the card that I pulled it from. So that's what's so cool. I got the money back and I got to keep the card. So always talked about this card on my channel. I really wanted to show you guys, and I found it the other day. So boom, there it is. Really cool. Number to 50, of course I'm opening it. This card right here, just love this card of Jim Heem. I thought it was Jim Herm, but let's see, what's this in the back? Yeah, Jim Hearn. I knew it. I just wrote it wrong. So that's okay. I love this card. It popped out at me. This guy right here standing there. I think another card that Shane from Shoebox Legends, he texted me a photo of a card. I think it was the 1961 Al Kaline and another player's a combo card, and it had people in the background like this, and this card popped up in my head instantly. It reminded me of that. So I thought that was really cool. I'm still looking for that one card, Shane. I really want it. I see them going. I just haven't seen one in an auction end yet, so I haven't purchased it. But this card is so cool. I have two of these. They look exactly the same. I think I gave them the same grade, too. So if anyone out there is collecting a 1950 Bowman set and they need this card, I will send you this card right here. I have two that look exactly the same. So there we go. And last but not least, I have my pickups. My pickups from, I don't want to bore you guys, so switch pages. Look at some more cool cards. These cards right here, I want to give the credit to, this is inspiration from YouTube and then researching and realizing I'm lacking in this, in his cards. And I would say John Mangini would probably be the guy I would give the credit to on this. I think he has always said very underappreciated player, underappreciated value. I don't know if he uses that term, but I use that term, and then I went hunting, and this card is against my religion because it's black and white, and this is my third black and white card. And I thought it fitting because in my mind, I got inspired by John Mangini to buy the Ralph Keiner and, to collect some Ralph Keiners. And it's black and white. And I think I once told him, like, dude, I don't like black and white cards. I told everyone on the show, I don't know, one or the other. But this is my third one. And I really just love this guy in the background. What is going on? He's just sitting back there, and it must be like pre-warm-ups. I just thought it was really cool. Honestly, my favorite part about the whole card from the second I saw it online was that character up in the top. But obviously, besides that, it's a really nice-looking card, and these are very inexpensive for a 1948 rookie card of Ralph Keiner. Led the league in home runs 7 years in a row. Imagine if someone did that today. His Bowman 2022 card would be worth $1 million autographed, which is crazy. I don't understand it. But I love it. This was $100. So it was like $98 or something. You can get these all day long on there. And this is the one I chose. I think it was an auction. Could have been a buy it now. I can't remember exactly. But I just thought it was awesome, and I went on a Ralph Keiner binge. So first one, got his rookie card, and that was 1948. And I also bought his 1949, which is coming. It hasn't arrived yet. All of his cards are very inexpensive, so it was so cool. I'll tell you all the prices I paid. Next card is a 1950 Bowman card, 2.5. I want to say I spent $29 on this card. Just blew my mind. I'm like, what have I been doing under a rock? I'm trying to collect these older cards and like Bowmans and stuff, and this Ralph Keiner was incredible. Of course, I looked at his WAR, looked at all his stats, and just baffled the mind that he had escaped me because he doesn't play for the Yankees and the Dodgers. A lot of the books that I've read, and Boston, so Pirates. So really awesome card there. I was really, really, really happy to add this to my collection. So now I've got the 48, and I also have the 49 coming, which I spent $40 on, I think, which I'll show off when it shows up. And then I got the 1950. So what? I think I sold a card on eBay for $275. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I sold a 1955 Bowman Eddie Matthews graded PSA 7. I actually sold it to a friend on YouTube. Actually purchased the card on eBay. It was Adam from Splendid Sports Cards, and I had no idea. So I basically traded that card. I'm just like, dude, I'd rather have a bunch of smaller cards. I'm like trading. I'm not one to have like a $1 million card. I'd rather have a bunch of small cards. So next card here, to shorten that up, this is how I got all these cards. So $200, I'm trying to get his entire run. This card was $24. 1954 Bowman Ralph Keiner. Marvelous looking card. Really, really pretty. And so far I have gotten SGCs, but my 49 is a PSA. So my 49 coming isn't a PSA. Like I said, I don't care about the case. I do believe that SGCs look the best. But I'm looking at the card anyways. So what an awesome card. I mean, $29. I think that was with shipping and everything. Just a spectacular card. Really, really cool. So those are my purchases. And I got the Ralph Keiner run going. I've got the 48, 49's coming. I got the 50. I need to get a few in between. I don't know how far I'll go on this. I actually stopped looking So that might be as many Ralph Kieners as I need to get. Actually, I want his Leaf card. That's the one I actually wanted. But when I started looking at the prices and then I saw this little guy in the background, I go, that's the guy. That's the card I want. I mean, that's it. And I think John Mangini even mentioned, I sent him a message a long time ago when I first got on YouTube that I just don't know much about the older guys past 50. And, I think he said something on the lines of like, that time will probably come where you'll get into that stuff. You'll get into the rarities and the oddities. And, I'm not there yet. I still like the mainstream tops and Bowman, but I am really like to dabble in the older stuff, and I have a couple on my list, like Eddie Collins. I'm really trying to buy some Eddie Collins cards, especially the T205. So so that's my next one up, and yeah, so that's it, guys. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so stoked. I'll show you guys these really fast too. Hope you didn't get my armpit in that picture. I'm going to show you my Jim Gilliam, Junior Gilliam collection. Gosh, I should have grabbed all of them, but that's okay. I'm going to show you these guys. If you guys want to hang out, awesome. I'm still going to show those videos of the wall as well, so you kind of got to hang out. I got this bad boy right here, 1958. What a beautiful card. Beautiful card. I would love to be able to get these graded. I'd love to have all my cards graded. I'm open about that. Like, I'm not a raw collector, but I'm not going to spend, whatever. I love raw cards, but I really would like them graded because it keeps, it makes sense financially for me. And like, if I ever died tragically, easy for my wife to unload my cards. But since I have everything in the system, it should be not too hard to get rid of raw as well. But yeah, so with that said, just full tangent. 1960. This is a beautiful card. Just love it. Just love that card. We got the 1961. Another 4 here. I had a 6, a 4, and another 4. Really cool card. And then I got the 56. I bought this card actually in my card room. I bought this card in my card room from Ernest, the collector that I talked about earlier. I was so stoked to get that while I was in here. That was really cool. And I just talked about him on my show too, so that was awesome. And I got this guy right here, 1955 Bowman in 8. Probably overgraded it due to the centering. That line they don't really knock off on. I hate that line, but they don't change the grade. I just don't like that line, the print line. But yeah, this is probably more like a 7. I had this for a long time, so when I first started doing the grades, I probably overgraded this guy. But yeah, okay, guys. Well, shoot, I guess that's it. We'll just toss these guys out here. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me. I had a good time hanging out with you guys and my cards and my buddies. I guess that's all. Well, stay tuned. I'll hook you guys up with a video of my wall and me organizing the cards. It's only 2 minutes long, so you've only been in here for like an hour. It's not too bad. Okay, guys. All right. Double shaka. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, thanks for watching.